So welcome to our workshop. I'm Kenneth. So today's topic is endpoint, identity, and logs. So why integration matters. Yeah. So very simple. Today agenda is welcome you guys. Then talk about something about the threat landscape and why endpoint, identity, and log get exploited. And then always has to talk about AI to every day, every webinar, every seminar, every workshop. Everyone talk about AI. No matter is you're doing business, investment, security, office work, anyone, right? So we cannot escape from AI. So we'll cover a little bit from cybersecurity point of view. Okay. Then we will have a quick overview with ESET, JumpCloud, and Graylog that help us to protect against either the cyber attack or what that we see the new threats from AI. And then most important, the core concept for today is how the integration work and how can we make it better with the integration. Then some of the partner opportunities, Q&A, etc. Okay, so let's talk about the new threat landscape or current threat landscape. So maybe last year or last 10 years or last 20 years, we always say there is an exploit, there's a vulnerability, you have to patch, do this and do that. And now the majority of the source of attack is not those exploit and vulnerability anymore. Now is mainly from credential abuse. Okay, it means someone take your account and try to log into your, I don't know, maybe website, maybe cloud email, or your Salesforce, any other platform. Okay, because nowadays we have many third-party cloud application that we're using, and they also usually share same credential, same username password, maybe a single sign-on, maybe a repeated password, but that creates lots of loophole that people, hackers, criminals will abuse. So 39%, okay, there's a majority. Others may be still vulnerabilities, human errors, etc., etc. So provided that we have a credential abuse to lock in your system, it looks like just as you. So it is much more difficult to find it out and detect, right? Because if someone try to get into your system with some loophole, with some vulnerabilities, that is not a normal application will do. But if someone use your account to lock in the system, may simply same as your daily operation. It's much more difficult to identify and detect. So the average time days to discover there's abuse is more than 180 days. Yeah, that means more than half a year, or almost half a year, right? And 48% of breaches now involve a third party, up say from like years before or something like that. But anyway, the key point is supply chain exposure. So sometimes they may not, hackers may not directly hit your organization, but they hit your supplier and then penetrate to your organization. So they're weakening not just your employees, but maybe your supplier. Yeah. So you just imagine, maybe it's very difficult to hack into DBS, but there may be some supplier or software vendor or cloud service that they may have a weaker protection, then I indirectly hack into DBS to store some data or penetrate some malware there. So that's the trend. Yeah. So that's a trend. So there's a big changes from the security landscape that I can see from I think 2026 or 2025. Yeah. Previously, more talk about like vulnerability patching, exploits, such kind of things. But now it's more on lock-in. Yeah, because people claim that I don't have I don't have server anymore. I don't have I only have desktop and then a Wi-Fi and all the cloud. So can you outsource all the security? No. And then next is more about talk about AI. So nowadays, every attacks, 1 in 6 is involve AI. Yeah, so it can be a phishing email written by AI. It can be a malware created by AI. Or if you heard the recent news, the AI agent hacked for you, right? OpenAI accidentally hacked the Hugging Face, yeah, because of the control. I think it's the AI break the control and then break into Hugging Face, yeah. But anyway, so we will see the proportion will getting more and more that attacks is involve AI, either make use of AI technology or the AI agent itself hacking you. On the other way around, uh, many security vendors try to adopt AI into our defense. The point is, we cannot fully rely on human because human never react as fast as machine with AI orchestration and automations. So we need to put in AI to the defense. Now, so there will be faster breach identification in case you have an AI implant, but 80 days still far from satisfaction, right? Still very, very slow, almost 3 months, right? Of course, there may be others. There, I have some solutions for you guys to take a look that may able to help you to squeeze the time to be more real time detect if there is like account abuse, someone have logging in with your credential, etc. So this we try to bridge the gap and we solve some of the problem of the account abuse and others. Okay, so let's dive quickly, directly deep dive to some of our solutions. Okay, so first one we'll talk about ESET. Although we are talking about mainly hacking is involve like credential abuse, but we still need some endpoint protection. Okay, first of all, we need to monitor the behavior of your devices because you may not able to detect so easily with those account abuse, but the follow-up activities you're definitely able to find it out with some EDR and endpoints. So ESET is a multi-layer protection. We have a lightweight footprint to protect all of your endpoint device because we have a unified control. It no matter it's Windows, Mac, and Linux, Android, iOS, we have a unified platform. So you can make sure that all of your endpoints, all of your touch points, we can put our agent there, monitoring the behavior, and then find out is there anything suspicious. And beyond the malware protection, nowadays actually for endpoints, we provide many others protections. One of the very important is EDR. So I will talk a bit later for next slide. And we have some add-on service like a vulnerability and patch management. Although patching is not the number one things to do, maybe, but still very, very important. I will say second, okay? Credential protection is the first one because more hackers do that, right? And also we have others like cloud application protection, so we can protect your cloud mail like Outlook Online or maybe Google Workspace that monitoring like is there any spam coming in, spam going out, any phishing mail, and like those malware getting in. So that's what we also provide, and we have a very good cloud protections that we integrate with our threat intelligence. So there's a multi-layer protections from ESET. So the main point, the new things I want to introduce is our AI-powered sandbox and MDR. Okay, so the sandbox is pretty simple, which is already in the endpoints for many years, but may not everyone know that. ESET actually for all your endpoints like your Mac or your Windows, every file it runs, it will put it into our in-product sandbox. So the sandbox will let the file run, and we will detect with AI technology more than machine learning. So we will know there's an unknown malware, no matter it's written by human or written by AI. There's a brand new malware, it doesn't matter because we analyze the behavior. If it is suspicious, we will detect and block it. Yes, yes. Without any updates, without any connect to the cloud. Hi. Okay, you have a price. You have one more meal. You have to finish one more meal. Yes, because it's in the software. Yeah, your device install endpoints. It will 24 times 7 monitor all the newly executable file. Yeah. Sorry. Scamshield, yeah, Scamshield is more or less is a not AI stuff. Scamshield is pure database driven. Yeah, yeah. I'm the one of the volunteer of the police force. I I upload scammers phones numbers report and that. But I'm lazy. I don't report that much for others guys do. Yeah, I just do it when I have time. So every upload for Scamshield, they will have check and investigate before put into the database. So it won't be able to block something new or unknown, but at least you may be you lucky not the maybe fifth one or 10th one. There's so many people in Singapore. So that's why even I have a Scamshield, I still getting uh, many scamming SMS and WhatsApp. Yeah, yeah, just like what I just mentioned, the AI powered hacking. So now those fake delivery message is really looks real or authentic, right? It's really hard to spot if you don't read into details. But always we have few tips. First, check the sender ID. If there's no Singapore company will use an Africa number to send you SMS, right? No point, right? Second, check the URL. They always put in a it's look like offense, it's look like a ninja, look as SPX or whatever, but actually it's not. You have to read the full URL. Then you will spot, oh, okay, this is a spam, but of course they still have some. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you one more story. There, so one of our customer, their domain is almost the same, but one more S. Yeah. So if you don't pay really good attention, you step into the trap. And the story is their customer send money to the other bank account. They lost like 50K. That's a lot. Just a fake email that you get 50K. But you know, I always have to say for Singapore, um, if the account is Singapore, the guy cannot escape, and if the money is not still can claim. But the bad thing is the customer is not in Singapore and the bank account is not in Singapore. That's the thing bad. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so give the instruction to your accountants, no matter what, if there is a change or payment path or payment method or account, triple check with different party before you take any action. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, there can be like 50K, 300 million. They talk about millions for scam, for one scam, right? So yeah, so we back to here. So anyway, beware of that. Yeah, and of course we for those spamming stuff, we also can help you with endpoints. We do some filters. Okay, and one thing very important, we newly introduced the MDR from ESET. So what we do, we monitor all your behavior of your endpoints and send the logs to our system. And we have centralized AI filtering machine, and then single out those suspicious behaviors. It may not be malware, may not be any others, maybe simply a login or a website access, whatever, no matter what. Okay, then for those suspicious incident or event, we will send to a human expert, and he will decide should we take action or this is simply a false positive. Okay, so what's the best thing for that? Because we can do is 6 minutes mean time to recovery. Okay, not detection, recovery. For example, if there is those typical story for Monday, we turn off the computer, we download many emails, there's some attachment, you open it one by one, and one of them is actually a ransomware. Okay, so the Word file will download ransomware from the internet, and then they may take the admin password, or then stop your AV, and then try to encrypt your file, etc., etc. Okay, it happens very fast. Okay, so if you have our MDR service, so when they first open the attachment, provided that we cannot detect the mail coming in for some reason, okay, yeah, because nothing is 100%. Okay, they got one email get in, then open, then we'll find that it's a Word file calling up some programs to download something. This action is suspicious enough that will trigger our mechanism, and then within seconds, usually we will not take that long, but usually within 1 minute. Okay, on average it's 6 minutes. Then we'll find, okay, this is suspicious, likely a hacking or ransomware. We will block it. So this journey is 6 minutes. So it is the fastest available in the market. Okay, on average, if you pay for those traditional expensive, famous MDR vendors, on average is 60 minutes. Okay, it will pay more, 30 minutes. But that 30 minutes is much more, much more. Very, very expensive. It only affordable for like a very small company, but very high turnover. Because even DBS won't able to pay it. It's too expensive for them. They will do it in-house because too many people. Yeah, even DBS is so rich, right? But yeah, the point. Maybe some like small listen. Anyway, so we can do it is within 6 minutes. How can we do it? As I said, we do AI. We use AI to collect and to integrate all the information. We do all the pre-process with AI. So the only human being's action is the last mile, a last action. So decide action or not action, and I give you some comment. Okay, oh, this is not a real attack, although it's very suspicious, and then give you some suggestion. That's what the guy do. All the analysis already done by the AI. So that's why we can do within 6 minutes. But now, of course, other company is catching up from 60 minutes to like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But I don't see less than 10 so far. Yeah, yeah. So it's really great that ESET can do 6 minutes mean time to response. Okay, that means we will stop the malware and then give you a suggestion. Of course, then you may need to do something like, for example, you may still need to patch your system, or you need to check something, update or fix your firewall, whatever. But at least we contain the attack that we will know further harm can be done. So that's still very important. Next, we talk about JumpCloud. Okay, JumpCloud is very, very focused on identity. So those we mentioned about like account abuse, most of them can be fixed with JumpCloud. So let's say what JumpCloud do. JumpCloud is a cloud directory, so not a legacy AD. Many company facing problem is like, first of all, Mac computers, work from home staff, overseas staff, they cannot manage by AD. But using Entra ID or hybrid, it's not practical, I would say. If you ever face have experience to do a hybrid, you will know there's a nightmare. If you purely cloud directory is fine, but hybrid is nightmare. Anyway, I heard many big companies have tons of problems. But anyway, even though you do Entra ID, you still cannot manage Mac properly, very nicely. So people start to think about how about cloud directory. So that's why we have JumpCloud. And very important, we have conditional access. Okay, conditional access means besides we authenticate the user or using MFA to further try to ensure that is the real person, the right person to log in the right credential, not the third party abusing your account. But also we can control like when and where and how you use the credential. So you can control like you can only log in this credential to these endpoints and this website. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can control like you can only log in from Singapore, not from Africa, not from China, nothing, I don't know, Brazil or some although those interesting country or nearby like Malaysia, Indonesia. Yeah, of course you may need to put some flexibility, or in case the people on vacation, I don't know if they're allowed to log in everywhere, then you log in everywhere. But you can still control by time. So only office hour, or give some buffer, like from like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. maximum, or 10 p.m. So usually they won't log in like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Yeah, so you can put it control. So the guys you try to hack you in, try to surprise you before the Christmas holiday, they won't success. Okay, and we have a cross OS device management, so we can manage all the endpoints like Windows, Mac, Linux, Androids, and also we support SaaS applications, so we can integrate all your SaaS platform to use JumpCloud to do a centralized login. That means we can help you to a full coverage of MFA. That's very important. I tell you why later. Okay, so JumpCloud is an Active Directory alternative, so which is a cloud. We provide cloud LDAP and cloud radius as a service. In short, it's help you to manage the login to the Wi-Fi, to your NAS, to your legacy application that can empower your old stuff to use MFA. That's very important. So I tell you why. Next slide. Okay. So also we can cross-platform device management. We not just help you to log into those devices. We can do some management on those cross-platform devices like Windows and Mac, including updates, patch management, some security posture check. Of course, we can help you to handle Wi-Fi and others. So why we need to do full MFA coverage? You add me in LinkedIn later. I do some posts. I recently post a message. It's purely about MFA. If you ever buy some cybersecurity insurance, They will say, you have to have endpoint protection, right? Simple. Backup, right? And then endpoint security, MFA, EDR. Okay, there's something, there may be more, but something simple that you have to basically you should have. Otherwise, they won't call you or give you a very high loading that you won't pay. Uh, one point about MFA is very tricky because it's really simple to turn on an MFA like your Cloud Mail or some SaaS application. But how about your in-house old applications? How about some NAS that you are using? Does it have MFA? May not. But when there is a claim comes in, if they find out you're not a full MFA coverage, they can deny your claim. They can deny that because they said full. It really means full. Okay. Yeah. So because I read some news about the from the protection or the cyber insurance out there. So using JumpCloud can really achieve full MFA coverage for you because all the credential, all the application, you can go through JumpCloud and all of them can do MFA. Yeah. And also we can some AI powered risk detections. So because we manage all the login, okay? So no matter you are you're logging into your SaaS, logging into your Windows, your switches, firewall, no matter what, when and where, we go through JumpCloud. That means we have all the logs. So in case they try to abuse your credential from any silent corner, we can still spot it and telling you, hey, how come one guy is logging in from Singapore and other application using the same credential is from Africa? Okay, and this is not from a VPN. That means there's something bad happens. We detect and telling you you should fix it. Okay, so that's very important. And one aspect, how can we help you to on those reduce the abuse of those credentials? Yeah, first one, as I said, is conditional access. We minimize the surface, make sure that it's the right person in the right time from right place to log in. Second, we detect with AI for those abusion and whatever strange behavior. So that's half of things. Okay, last is talked about Graylog. Okay, now we have some endpoints. We may also have firewall. We have JumpCloud. So can we have something that put it all together to have a single pane of glass and have the full picture what's going on? Is there any something bad happens or something strange or something we have to look into? So Graylog is the answer. So we have a unified log ingress tools. So we eating up all the logs from different platforms. Okay, just put it in, and we have a very easy to use. I have to say, yeah, really easy to use compared with other competitors. Engine that you can to reason the logs because each vendor they will have their own log format. Okay, so if you just put it in, it just garbage and garbage and garbage, and the result is garbage. You have to fit it in. Okay, so for the log, okay, this is the username, this is the source IP, this is the time, and this is the action. Then you can put it on the right place. Then you can search, you can do correlation, you can do reports, you can do analysis. So that's the main point to a centralized log we call SIEM. So we can have a easy to use engine, and we have many out of the box package. So for those known vendors, famous common use vendors, we already have those rules. Dashboard, you just need to turn it on, it will auto show up. You no need to do it one by one, but still, you still need those engine to reason the log because you may have some internal application, you may have some less common software that use or industrial specific solution that you still need to monitor, right? So you can do it with Graylog. And we have very compliance ready retention periods. So because we have a data lake mechanism, which is a almost say free of charge. You can store any data for as long as you can. Okay, yeah, but that is not an active data. So, but that can help you to comply because for critical infrastructure and some compliance requirement, you need to collect all logs for like a few years. But in fact, there's not much company actually do all logs because it's too expensive to collect all the logs and put in the SIM and then do it. So they choose for those more on security related. But then you are not filtering the compliance at all. So that's why we have a tools to help you to comply, set aside, keep as much as you want with a very, very low cost, even almost free. Then you choose the one you want to search, you go to index, then we can help you to on that with Graylog. So something further. So the illustration is that content package is just mentioned in the package that help you to reason the logs, to do some pre-process, simple dashboard. And we also have AI-powered the behavioral anomaly detections. So they are more machine learning. So if there is some abnormal behavior, we can spot it out. And we also have compliance packs. So if you're running like ISO, GDPR, or PDPA, whatever, then you can fit in those compliance pack to help you to detect is there a violation of those compliance. Also, it is out of the box. You need not to do too much configuration and management. And we have support cloud and on-prem or hybrid. So it is very, very flexible. So besides those basic features, Graylog also have very good AI capability. So we have a MCP server. So you can make use of any common AI or your in-house setup AI to query our database, to do a report, to do analysis. So in case you need it. And we have a explainable AI summaries. Okay, so we have a API to integrate with your AI to help you to do analysis and generate report with human understand and easy to read reports. For example, after we put in all the logs, even though we have some detection, you may need to do some investigation or you want to do some reasoning on that. In the old days, you need to hire very expensive analysts, a group of analysts to do that because there's many logs. Okay. Now you can use AI and integrate with Graylogs to ask human questions. Like, for example, I found this detection. What's the potential damage? Can you help me to find all the related endpoints or applications and ask them how to fix it? Because most of those technical questions can be handled by AI very easily. But the point is, people may not willing to have to put those logs to the cloud, like to OpenAI, to Anthropic. Then you can use your own in-house AI, open source AI, to run your own AI. Then you integrate with JumpCloud, the Graylog. Both way works. If you don't mind, you can use the open source one or the cloud one. But the main point is you can easily handle those tier 1, tier 2 analysis part that involve lots of labor. Now we can make use of AI to simplify the workflow. Don't say it's still someone's job because we cannot find people to do that. There's shortage of those people. So no worries. Even yeah. So that's how AI works with Graylog. And there's a self-building investigation. So it will do the investigation for you, just telling what you want, then we'll try to integrate with MCP and the LLM, the AI stuff. So that's how we use AI to fight against. So how the three vendors put it together, the ESET, the JumpCloud, and the Graylog. So it is pretty simple. So ESET look after your endpoints, your servers, mobile phone, and tablets, as well as your SaaS applications, okay? Mainly for the cloud mail or cloud drive. And JumpCloud look after your identity. And Graylog putting things together, not just from JumpCloud, from ESET, but also like your firewall and others layer of protection. We put it all together to reason all those behavior to give you a very good insight and make your order detection much faster. Yeah, because you have a full picture of what's happened and when it happened and how it happens. So there's a very quick walkthrough the attack chain. As I mentioned, there's an attacker from time zero. They try to steal your credential, and then they try to log in with your accounts. So JumpCloud will because we have conditional access. So if they try to log in like from Africa or from, I don't know, Hong Kong, not Singapore. Let's say your operation mainly in Singapore, only on Singapore. Then we will block them, right? Okay, in case they're smart enough or they try an error and then not too much, because we will block from JumpCloud. The first time it failed, then we try to, okay, they find in Singapore, then go to Singapore. Even they try to log in, okay, to your system. Then we will ESET, we will EDR to detect is there is something abnormal behavior. Then we will isolate the computer or block those malware. And then Graylog will collect all those logs, and then the analysis with the analysis guide with the Graylog will find out, okay, so first of all, this account is being abused, we stop it. And then second, they will find some loophole. Maybe you don't block some of the application for certain region or time, then you can fix with Graylog to fix those gaps and loophole. So that's the whole story, how ESET, Graylog, and JumpCloud work together. So we minimize the attack surface, we block those attacks when we are able to detect it. And Graylog also can keep the history. So what happened, how it happened, when it happened, we'll keep in the Graylog, so you can do review. Because sometimes, you know, attacks may not be detected so fast. It may hidden in your site for like, the average is 6 months. The actual age is actually 6 months. Even you read the MOH, you will still remember the MOH reports or many other reports. There will be hidden malware there for 6 months. So sometimes when you detect, you need to know, you want to find out the root cause or what the affected device, you need a longer log retention. So Graylog help you to keep logs long enough, because if you're using SaaS, on average, it's 3 months. It's far from enough. Yeah. For mainly SaaS application, they only keep for 3 months for you. Other than that, you may need to pay extra or you need to download, but simply download it doesn't work at all. So you need to put a centralized space to reason that, then you can search and filter and find out something that you want when you need it, because log is really huge database. Okay, so let's back to AI's summary. So you said we got AI on detection, we have AI on the analysis. JumpCloud, we use AI to find out suspicious behaviors. Graylog, we help you to understand the logs, to do analysis and investigation, and give you reports with human understandable, readable reports with AI. So we are not just attacked by AI, but we also protected by AI. If you choose a vendor that adopt, but most of the security vendor has to integrate. Otherwise, they will not on the table anymore. So this more sales talk. So why selling this on the one stack? Larger deal, of course. And actually the to say there will be some still have many customers still only focus like I have endpoints, they're fine, I have firewall, no problem. Actually not, because they don't have proper identity management with JumpCloud or similar platform. That is the biggest loophole I can see. Yeah, that's why we use JumpCloud, because JumpCloud is a cloud application. So no matter where they log in, they can log in through JumpCloud. So they will be protected. So in many SME, they still stick on AD, Active Directory, the Microsoft server. So that will only works when you are in office, right? But as you said, people work from home or they never show up in the office. Yeah, no, we are talking about like you hire someone in like Eastern Europe. They're intelligent, they're smart, they can speak English, and they're cheap. Right? But there's no point to ask them to fly so long to Singapore, just say hi, and then you go take a computer and go back. Now we do zero touch deployment. So we just set up all the stuff, all the device, send over to their home, then can start to work. And they can protect with our solutions. So that's how it works. So yeah, so JumpCloud is also born with work from home trends. Yeah, there's some companies start to have no office already. Yeah, I know there's a few software security vendors also do no office. Yeah, all the people work from home. Yeah, remote first. Yeah, not because they don't want to report office, because they have no office to report. Yeah, so something selling important. Anyway, so also one thing is trend and missing the EDR. So for some company, they may have endpoints, but they still don't really understand on the EDR, or they understand the importance of EDR, but they don't have the labor to handle those events. Because for EDR, it's not like endpoint security. EDR is more demanding, because it will detect all the behavior that may or may not harmful. You need someone to take a look to determine it is a attack or whatever. So now we have MDR service. So MDR service will not need you to do those log by log investigation. We did by AI and we human experts for you. You just sit down, relax. In case that email, you take a look. Most of the case is already fixed. You just do some follow-up jobs. So that helps a lot for SME. They start to think having ADR, maybe because they want to buy cyber insurance, maybe because of the compliance, or they want to like get a cyber essential or whatever. Yeah, EDR become more important, no matter for SME or what. Most larger corporate, they already have as EDR because of the listing requirement of the internal audit requirement. So last is the angle for log and audit trail. As I said, because sometimes you need a log to look back to see what happened and how to to find the root cause to fix the issue. But log is not cheap, I have to say. So log management, usually we can start from free open source first, then later on to be a full flagship play version. But let's do others. Yeah, the last will be the log analysis. So that's for the sharing for today. So any question? Me? Uh, I would say they will. I would say if you have the others protection, it is best you have Graylog. But if you don't have enough protection in front, you have Graylog. It can be good, but more or less a waste. I would say, yeah, because you should do like a endpoint protection, patch management, log manage, backup, identity management, all those basic fix first. After that, you have enough protection, then you add on a Graylog to see the full picture and have better orchestration on those protection have to do analysis. Otherwise, you may have enough. Otherwise, you will not have enough logs to do the reasonable things, and yeah, more or less a waste because it's really not cheap to having log match made.
How is Atera different than these three combined?
Okay, Atera is a more or less a little bit overlap with some of the function of JumpCloud, but Atera more or less is used by those outsourcing company to support their company.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the reason of these three products.
Uh-huh.
If we are giving Atera,
Uh-huh.
it's overlapping almost 80 to 90% of the solution. You can manage your endpoint. You also have log management, and you also have privileged access control. Patch management is much more easier than Atera because you can deploy
Uh,
tools.
okay, I would say Atera mainly you can replace for the patch management, software management, but they cannot handle the identity itself.
Identity is something you can have existing identity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Integrate it, yes.
Yes.
But that's why I say it's 70 to 80% overlap. So, I mean, as a customer, I would think one product is to three products. Just a simple, and Atera is very user friendly to use. It's
Okay.
not so complicated.
It really depends. I would say Atera cannot be replacing ESET or JumpCloud or Graylog. But on the other hand, if you ask about if you have, it's nice to have integrate together.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't want to put too many products to the same talk.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. I can put all together and talk for 4 hours. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then maybe we can just use some
Yeah, 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 yeah.
much more.
I would say uh, JumpCloud and Terra's patch management and software management part is pretty similar. The capability is pretty similar. If you need something more advanced, I will tell you use Action One. Action One.
Action one.
Yeah, take a look. Action One is very interesting, but they purely focus on patch management and vulnerability management. Yeah, because they have approval process and others. That will more fit of those larger SME or corporate. Yeah, yeah. But if you just like a simply work patch management and update software patch updates, you may either go for Atera or JumpCloud.